Energy, force, heat, magnetism, water. All things that Bear Grylls shows in his TV show are called Man vs. Wild. The question is, how we can prove that these things are actually real and possible. In my experiment, I made a fire which Bear Grylls had also done, but only with kindling and a magnifying glass. He had used sticks and built a teepee with it, which made the fire rise so it can burn much quicker. I proved that if you were in the jungle, alone and lost, you can make the fire by using the sun's rays. The magnifying glass concentrates the sun's rays into one small dot, and then the heat from the sun can light up the tinder, which starts a fire because magnifying glass concentrates the heat onto an object. What Bear Grylls has done is proven because you can actually make a fire if you are lost by using the jungle resources such as bark, sticks and logs for kindling. Bear Grylls used friction by rubbing two sticks together and created pieces of coal from the sticks. And then he placed the coal onto the bark, which lit it. And then he added more kindling to make the fire bigger. He kept the fire going because he had heat from friction, oxygen from the atmosphere, and fuel from the fire and tinder. As the tinder is lit, the fire starts. First, the fire goes through all of the paper. Paper is really easy to burn.
Falling out of a plane requires many things. Some of these include energy, force, and momentum. Here is a short clip explaining how falling out of a plane would work.
The garbage bag is like the parachute Bear Grylls used to jump out of a plane. We dropped an egg in a cup from a 3-story building using force to slow the fall. The concept used in this experiment was called air resistance.
This kept the egg from hitting the ground hard and breaking. This is what Bear Grylls used to jump out of the plane.
In this experiment, the egg is representing Bear Grylls and the garbage bag represented the parachute.
During this experiment, we proved that what Bear Grylls did was actually possible.
Tips are all things Bear Grylls is known for, but the thing I am focusing on is the survival skill of having a natural compass instead of using a made one, and I'm talking about how it is scientifically possible to use one in real. During a fair while of research and watching videos, the way Bear Grylls uses a compass is with a watch facing towards the northern hemisphere, with the other hand facing the sun, and halfway between that and 12 o'clock is south. By using this method, this is how Bear Grylls leads his way in the wild to survive. But how do we know that is scientifically possible? Well, Bear Grylls uses a solar powered watch, attracting it to the sunlight where the sun is placed, and works out that between the other hand and 12 o'clock is south. This was
The principle of urinating on a towel is because of evaporation. With the action of evaporation, the urine would evaporate into a hot gas, causing the cool gas to surround the person with cool air, causing them to cool down. Another principle is reflection. In the scene, Bear Grylls used a white towel, which proved by scientists that white towels reflect light, whereas it absorbs other colors. Another principle is sweating. As we sweat, our bodies are expelling any excess heat absorbed by our bodies. But also evaporation takes part in this principle, as the sweat blankets our skin and the sweat will evaporate. Sweating is also our natural cooler. The final principle is clothing. Bear Grylls was wearing a shirt and towel around his head to keep his head and body cool. With clothing, he was able to protect his body from overworking and overheating. These 4 principles is how Bear Grylls survived in the wild.